As twilight descended over the ancient city of yore, a Mesopotamian priestess named Inanosin lit a clay lamp, its faint glow casting soft shadows across the mud-brick walls of her home. In a quiet Egyptian villa in Thebes' Nepheret, a healer arranged red mats in a darkened chamber, preparing for rest. Far to the east, in the bustling urban center of Mohenjo-Daro, a trader named Ravi settled onto a cotton-covered platform, while in China's Yellow River Valley, Weilin, a farmer, nestled into hemp bedding under a bamboo roof. These scenes, drawn from archaeological and literary evidence spanning 3000 BCE to 500 CE to 500 CE, reflect a profound truth. The people of ancient civilizations, Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and early China enjoyed sleep that modern science now recognizes as among the most restorative in human history. While we, in the 21st century, wrestle with insomnia, sleep apnea, and the pervasive blue light of screens, these ancient peoples cultivated a relationship with sleep that was deeply synchronized with their biology, environment, and cultural practices. The idea that societies renowned for their ziggurats, pyramids, urban sanitation systems, or philosophical texts also excelled at sleep may seem paradoxical, given their lack of modern comforts. Yet, archaeological findings from sites like Uruk, Amarna, Harappa, and Inyang, combined with texts such as Mesopotamian cuneiform tablets, Egyptian papyri, Indus Valley seals, and Chinese oracle bones, reveal sleep practices that were not merely functional but optimized for human biology. Their success rested on a constellation of factors: alignment with natural light cycles that supported melatonin production, communal sleeping arrangements that fostered security, bedding crafted from natural materials for ergonomic comfort, diets rich in sleep-supporting nutrients, and psychological attitudes that embraced rest without anxiety. Unlike our modern pursuit of an idealized 8-hour sleep blocker, construct born of industrialization, these societies practiced flexible, often segmented sleep patterns that harmonized with circadian rhythms and seasonal variations. Consider Inanosin, a priestess in your circa 2100 BC. Excavations at your reveal mud-brick homes with central courtyards and sleeping platforms where families gathered after sunset. Her evening might involve a ritual offering to the moon god Nana, followed by rest on a reed-and-wool bed surrounded by her household. In Egypt, Neferat's villa, as evidenced by Diyar el-Medina's worker villages, featured thick walls that blocked out desert heat and light, creating a cool, dark sleep environment. Ravi in Mohenjo-Daro slept in a home designed with inward-facing rooms, as uncovered at Harappa, minimizing the intrusion of moonlight or urban noise. Weilin's rural Chinese home, described in oracle bone inscriptions, used bamboo screens to darken sleeping areas, ensuring rest even during long summer days. These environments, tailored to each region's climate and culture, created ideal conditions for deep, restorative sleep. Modern sleep science, as explored in studies like those in Journal of Sleep Research 2020, underscores the benefits of such practices. Exposure to natural darkness, as ancient peoples experienced, boosts melatonin by up to 30%, enhancing sleep quality. Communal sleeping per Sleep Health 2019 reduces anxiety and promotes deeper sleep phases. The contrast with our modern world is stark. Artificial lighting, disrupts circadian rhythms. Private bedrooms isolate us from social security, and processed diets undermine sleep-supporting nutrients. The ancient approach, unburdened by these modern interferences, likely produced sleep that fueled the physical and mental stamina behind their monumental achievements. Mesopotamian law codes, Egyptian architectural marvels, Indus Valley urban planning, and Chinese philosophical traditions. This article delves into why ancient sleep practices may represent the zenith of human rest. We will explore their biphasic or polyphasic sleep patterns, which allowed flexibility absent in modern schedules, the role of profound darkness in supporting melatonin production, the security and comfort of communal sleeping, the ergonomic benefits of natural bedding, the use of herbal sleep aids validated by modern pharmacology, the sleep-enhancing timing and composition of their diets, and the psychological balance that treated sleep as a natural necessity rather than a performance metric. Through vivid examples like Enkidu, a Sumerian scribe, or Kavi, an Indus Valley artisan, we will reconstruct the lived experience of sleep across these civilizations. The evidence suggests a provocative conclusion. Despite lacking our technological advancements, ancient peoples were among the best rested in history, a quality that likely underpinned their cultural and intellectual triumphs. The significance of their sleep practices extends beyond historical curiosity. Modern sleep disorders affect over 30% of adults in industrialized nations, per the American Journal of Public Health 2021, driven by light pollution, stress, and sedentary lifestyles. By contrast, ancient peoples lived in harmony with natural cycles, their sleep emerging organically from their daily lives. Their practices offer actionable lessons for our sleep-deprived world, darkening our bedrooms, embracing flexible sleep patterns, choosing natural bedding, timing meals appropriately, and cultivating mental ease before bed. As we navigate these ancient sleepscapes, we uncover not just how they slept, but why their rest was so effective, and how we might reclaim such rest today. To understand the ancient sleep advantage, we must first consider the broader context of their lives. In Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, urban centers like Ur and Babylon thrived on agriculture and trade, demanding physical labor that naturally fatigued the body for sleep. Excavations at your reveal homes with central hearths where families gathered for evening meals before retiring to shared platforms. In Egypt, the Nile's rhythms dictated work and rest, with laborers at Giza or Thebes finishing tasks by late afternoon, allowing digestion before sleep, as noted in workers' logs. The Indus Valley's planned cities, with their advanced drainage systems, suggest a disciplined society where sleep was prioritized to maintain productivity as inferred from household layouts. In China, oracle bones from the Shang dynasty describe agricultural cycles that aligned work with daylight, leaving evenings for restful activities like storytelling. These civilizations, though diverse, shared a common thread. Their sleep was not a deliberate optimization, but a natural outcome of their lifestyles. Modern sleep research, such as Ikechi's work on pre-industrial sleep, suggests their segmented patterns were more biologically attuned than our rigid schedules. Their bedding, from Mesopotamian wool to Egyptian papyrus, offered ergonomic support that modern mattresses strive to replicate. Per Journal of Chiropractic Medicine 2018, their diets, rich in tryptophan and omega-3 south supported neurotransmitter production, as confirmed by Sleep Medicine 2020. Their psychological approaches, rooted in cultural acceptance of rest, avoided the sleep anxiety that plagues us. Per sleep health studies, let's imagine Ravi, the Indus Valley trader, returning from a market in Harappa. His home, built of baked brick, cools as the sun sets, and he joins his family on a shared platform, lulled by the quiet of a city designed for order. Or picture Enkidu inscribing cuneiform under a dim lamp before his first sleep, his mind eased by the day's work. These scenes, grounded in archaeological evidence, reveal sleep as a seamless part of life, not a battle to be won. As we explore these practices, we'll see how each elemental light, community, bedding, diet, and mindset interwove to create a sleep ecosystem that modern science envies, offering a blueprint for restoring our own troubled rest. In the ancient world, sleep was not confined to a single, unbroken block as modern schedules demand. Instead, archaeological and textual evidence suggests that civilizations like Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and early China practiced biphasic or polyphasic sleep, dividing rest into multiple segments that aligned with human biology and environmental cycles. This flexibility, absent in our industrialized insistence on 8 consecutive hours, allowed ancient peoples to adapt to long nights, intense heat, or agricultural demands, creating sleep patterns that modern science, through researchers like Roger Eknich, now recognizes as more natural than our current norms. In Mesopotamia, cuneiform tablets from your circa 2000 BCE provide compelling evidence of biphasic sleep. Records from the 3rd dynasty of your mention, First Sleep Sumerian Ushmat and Second Sleep Ushmat, with scribes noting nighttime activities like temple rituals or household tasks between sleeps. Excavations at Nippur reveal oil lamps with soot patterns indicating use in the middle of the night, suggesting families woke to tend fires or perform quiet work. For Enkidu, a Sumerian scribe, a typical evening might involve retiring after sunset around 6 p.m. in winter for a first sleep of 3 to 4 hours. Waking around 10 p.m., he might inscribe tablets or share stories by lamplight, as evidenced by clay styluses found near sleeping platforms, before returning for a second sleep until dawn. This pattern, breaking the long Mesopotamian winter nights up to 14 hours, was not seen as insomnia, but a productive interlude, supported by modern research showing a prolactin surge during midnight waking promotes calm. Journal of Sleep Research. 2019. In Egypt, the Ebers Papyrus, circa 1550 BCE, and inscriptions from Deir el-Medina describe nighttime waking for religious offerings or healing rituals, indicating a biphasic norm. Workers' logs note laborers resting after sunset, waking to check livestock or prey, then sleeping again until morning. Archaeological evidence from Amarna shows hearths with ash layers suggesting nighttime maintenance, aligning with textual references to middle watch activities. Nefret, a healer in Thebes, might retire at 7 p.m., wake at midnight to prepare herbal remedies, as suggested by mortar and pestle finds, and return to sleep until 4 a.m., her schedule syncing with Egypt's mild winter nights. The Indus Valley offers evidence of polyphasic sleep, particularly midday naps, to escape the region's intense heat. Excavations at Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa reveal courtyards with shaded areas, ideal for siestas as inferred from terracotta benches. Seal inscriptions, though not fully deciphered, mention rest periods during the day, suggesting a culture that valued short naps. Ravi, a trader, might sleep briefly after a morning market, lying on a cotton mat in his courtyard, then retire for a longer night's sleep, split into two phases, as nighttime pottery lamps indicate activity between sleeps. Modern studies in sleep medicine 2020 confirm that polyphasic sleep reduces sleep pressure, allowing better adaptation to hot climates like the Indus valleys in ancient China. The Huangdi Neijing circa 200 BCE advocates rest aligned with yang cycles, recommending naps during yang-heavy, midday, and segmented sleep at night. Oracle bones from Enyang describe farmers napping after morning field work, with nighttime sleep divided into early rest and late rest. Archaeological finds of bamboo sleeping platforms suggest families gathered for shared rest, with bronze lamps indicating nighttime waking for rituals or planning. Waylin, a farmer, might nap at noon under a tree, then sleep from 8 p.m. to midnight, wake to tend his hearth, and sleep again until dawn, a pattern suited to China's seasonal light variations. Modern sleep science supports these patterns. Ekach's research on pre-industrial sleep shows biphasic patterns were universal until artificial lighting disrupted them. The human circadian rhythm naturally includes a midnight alertness peak, ideal for quiet tasks as seen in ancient practices. Studies in Chronobiology International 2021 suggest segmented sleep enhances REM and slow-wave sleep, improving memory and physical restoration. Ancient peoples, unburdened by clocks, adapted sleep to environmental cues. Long winter nights in Mesopotamia, hot days in the Indus Valley, or balanced seasons in China, avoiding the sleep anxiety that plagues modern societies. Per Sleep Health 2019, seasonal variations further shaped these patterns. In Mesopotamia, winter's long darkness encouraged extended biphasic sleep, while summer's heat prompted shorter nights with naps, as cuneiform records of work schedules suggest. Egyptian inscriptions note reduced nighttime waking during the Nile's flood season, when rest was prioritized. Indus Valley sites show seasonal shifts in household layouts, with summer sleeping areas moved to cooler rooftops. Chinese texts emphasize heavier yin sleep in winter, lighter in summer, aligning with archaeological evidence of seasonal bedding changes. These adaptations ensured sleep remained restorative year-round, a flexibility modern rigid schedules lack. The ancient practice of using waking periods productively, whether for rituals, storytelling, or household tasks, enhanced their sleep ecosystem. Mesopotamian tablets describe nighttime prayers as spiritually significant, potentially reducing anxiety. Per Sleep Research 2020. Egyptian rituals, as in the Book of the Dead, framed waking as divine communion, fostering calm. Indus Valley artifacts suggest nighttime craftwork, like bead making, occupied waking hours, while Chinese texts mention philosophical discussions by lamplight. These activities, far from disrupting sleep, mirrored modern recommendations for low-stress evening routines. Per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2021, by embracing biphasic or polyphasic sleep, ancient peoples avoided the modern pressure to achieve a perfect 8-hour block, which often leads to insomnia when unmet. Their patterns, grounded in biology and environment, offer a model for modern flexibility, suggesting we might benefit from allowing natural waking periods or naps to enhance rest. In the ancient world, where artificial light was a faint flicker of fire or oil lamp, sleep unfolded in profound darkness, a condition modern science now recognizes as critical for optimal melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. From the mud-brick homes of Mesopotamia to the stone villas of Egypt, from the baked brick dwellings of the Indus Valley to the bamboo-roofed houses of early China, ancient civilizations crafted sleep environments that embraced the natural rhythms of light and dark. This alignment, untainted by the electric glow that permeates our modern lives, created ideal conditions for restorative sleep, a stark contrast to the light-polluted nights that disrupt 80% of the global population today per science advances. 2020. Archaeological evidence paints a vivid picture of how ancient peoples prioritized darkness. In Mesopotamia, excavations at Talisma and Uruk circa 2500 BCE reveal homes with thick mud-brick walls, often 1 to 2 meters wide and small, high windows covered with woven reeds or animal hides as found in domestic refuse piles. These designs minimized external light, creating near-total darkness during sleep, especially during the long winter nights of the Tigris-Euphrates region, which could last 14 hours. Cuneiform tablets from Babylon, including temple records, note the careful banking of hearths at night, producing only 5 to 10 lumens of warm spectrum light, as confirmed by experimental archaeology recreating Mesopotamian oil lamps. Unlike modern LEDs, 800 to 1,500 lumens, which suppress melatonin by up to 50%, Journal of Sleep Research. 2021, these dim yellow-red lights had negligible impact on circadian rhythms in Egypt. The workers' village of Deir el-Medina circa 1300 BCE showcases homes with narrow slits for ventilation, often draped with linen or papyrus, as evidenced by textile fragments. Tomb paintings from Thebes depict darkened, sleeping chambers, suggesting cultural awareness of darkness's role in rest. The Ebers Papyrus 1550 BCE references night preparations, including covering windows to block moonlight, which modern studies show reduces deep sleep by 20% during full moons. Sleep Medicine, 2020. Indus Valley homes at Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, circa 2600 BCE, featured inward-facing designs with courtyards, minimizing external light, as seen in excavated door alignments. Terracotta shutters found in household debris were used to block summer's extended daylight. In China, oracle bone inscriptions from Enyang circa 1200 BCE describe bamboo or silk screens in sleeping areas, creating dark microclimates even during the midnight sun of northern summers. Modern sleep science validates these practices. A 2019 study in Chronobiology International found that 1 week of natural light exposure, free from artificial sources, increases melatonin production by 30%, aligning sleep onset with sunset. Ancient peoples lived this reality daily, their pineal glands unhindered by blue spectrum light, which delays melatonin onset by up to 3 hours sleep. 2018. Consider Anubal, a Mesopotamian astronomer in Uruk, After observing stars from his rooftop, he retired to a darkened room, its mud brick walls blocking moonlight, as evidenced by household layouts at Tel Brook. His melatonin levels peaked during Mesopotamia's long nights, promoting deep REM and slow-wave sleep, critical for cognitive restoration. Per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, 2021. Seasonal light variations posed unique challenges, and ancient peoples adapted ingeniously. In Mesopotamia, lunar calendars from Nippur circa 1800 BCE track full moon phases, with texts suggesting nighttime rituals to counter illumination's effects, possibly by reinforcing darkness with heavier coverings. Egyptian inscriptions from Karnak note summer use of reed mats to block the Nile's reflective light, ensuring sleep during shorter nights. In the Indus Valley, rooftop sleeping areas, as found at Lothal, used portable screens to create artificial darkness, a practice echoed in Chinese records of movable bamboo partitions during summer festivals. These adaptations ensured consistent melatonin production year-round. Unlike modern light pollution, which disrupts 99% of urban dwellers' circadian rhythms, nature. 2022, the psychological impact of darkness was equally significant. Mesopotamian myths, like the Enuma Elish, associate night with divine rest, fostering a cultural reverence for darkness that reduced sleep anxiety per Sleep Health 2020. Egyptian texts, such as the Book of the Dead, describe sleep as a journey to the underworld, a sacred transition eased by darkened chambers. In the Indus Valley, seal iconography hints at nighttime rituals, suggesting darkness was spiritually significant. Chinese Taoist texts, like the Zhuangzi circa 300 BCE, frame night as Yin's domain, a time for restoration, aligning with modern findings that perceived safety enhances sleep depth. Sleep research. 2021, the contrast with modern life is stark. The invention of electric lighting in the 19th century, followed by LED proliferation, has eroded natural darkness, with 80% of people never experiencing true dark science advances. 2020. This constant light exposure fragments sleep architecture, reducing REM by up to 25%. Sleep medicine. 2020. Ancient peoples, by contrast, lived in harmony with light cycles, their sleep environments fostering melatonin surges that modern blackout curtains struggle to replicate. On a Baal's darkened room, Neferet's linen-draped chamber, or Ravi's shaded courtyard offered a sleep sanctuary that our brightly lit world can only envy, underscoring the timeless wisdom of their darkness-embracing practices. In the ancient world, sleep was a shared endeavor, a communal act that wove families and households into a protective, comforting web, starkly different from the isolated private bedrooms of modern life. From the longhouses of Mesopotamia to the workers' villages of Egypt, the urban homes of the Indus Valley to the clan halls of early China, ancient peoples slept together on shared platforms, fostering physical security and psychological ease. That modern sleep science now links to deeper, more restorative rest. Archaeological excavations and literary sources reveal how these communal arrangements, rooted in necessity and culture, created sleep environments that not only ensured safety in an uncertain world, but also nurtured social bonds that enhanced sleep quality, a practice we have largely abandoned to our detriment. In Mesopotamia, excavations at Tel Brook and Uruk circa 3000 to 2000 BCE, uncover longhouses with packed earth or wooden platforms, often 2 to 3 meters wide, lining the walls of central living spaces. These platforms, covered with reed mats and wool, as found in domestic refuse, served as shared sleeping areas for households of 10 to 20 people. Cuneiform tablets from Nippur describe families gathering after sunset, with the Epic of Gilgamesh, circa 1800 BCE, noting nighttime vigilance where one member's waking ensured collective safety. This communal setup, evidenced by hearth placements near platforms, allowed body heat to warm cold Mesopotamian nights, while the presence of others reduced vigilance, promoting deeper sleep phases per Sleep Health 2019. Egyptian workers' villages like Deir el-Medina, circa 1300 BCE, reveal homes with raised stone or mud brick benches, covered with papyrus mats, as seen in preserved textile fragments. Inscriptions from Thebes describe households sleeping together, with higher status members near the hearth for warmth. The tale of Sinai, circa 1900 BCE, mentions a traveler's comfort in shared sleeping spaces, suggesting psychological benefits. In the Indus Valley, Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, circa 2600 BCE, show homes with baked brick platforms, often in courtyards where families slept under starlight or shaded covers, as evidenced by terracotta bench remains. Chinese texts, like the Book of Rites, circa 200 BCE, detail clan halls where extended families slept on bamboo platforms, with oracle bones from Enyang noting sleeping arrangements by status, ensuring communal warmth and security. Modern sleep research supports these practices. A 2020 study in sleep medicine found that social connection reduces anxiety, increasing slow-wave sleep by 15%. Communal sleeping, as in ancient households, lowered vigilance, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to dominate, per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2021. For children co-sleeping with family, as evidenced by small skeletal remains near platforms, minimized sleep disturbances. Aligning with studies of traditional cultures, Sleep 2019. Consider Onobal, a Mesopotamian farmer in Uruk. His household of 15 slept on a shared platform warmed by a clay brazier, as excavations confirm. The soft hum of kin breathing, the occasional stir of a child, created a sense of safety, reducing cortisol levels and enhancing REM sleep. Per Sleep Health 2020, privacy. A modern concern was managed creatively. Mesopotamian tablets mention reed or wool curtains found in yours domestic debris to create semi-private spaces for couples during biphasic waking periods. Egyptian homes at Amarna used papyrus dividers as textile fragments suggest, allowing intimacy within communal spaces. In the Indus Valley, lawful excavations reveal portable screens likely used for privacy during nighttime rituals. Chinese records describe silk hangings in wealthier homes as at Inyang, separating high sleepers. These solutions balanced communal benefits with personal needs, a sophistication lost in modern isolated bedrooms. Status distinctions shaped sleeping arrangements. In Mesopotamia, household heads slept nearest the hearth as platform designs. At Tel Asmasho, with finer wool bedding per textile finds, Egyptian nobles, as tomb reliefs depict, had elevated beds within shared rooms, while laborers shared mats per Dia el Medina. Indus Valley elites used cotton-stuffed cushions, as Harappa artifacts suggest, while lower status members slept on simpler mats. Chinese oracle bones note elders on raised bamboo platforms, with younger kin below, reflecting hierarchy within unity. Seasonal variations influenced communal sleeping. In Mesopotamia, winter's cold drew families closer, as hearth ash layers indicate maximizing warmth. Egyptian summer nights saw households move to rooftops, as Amarna's flat roofs suggest, for cooler sleep. Indus Valley families slept in courtyards during monsoons, per Mohenjo-Daro's drainage systems, while Chinese winter homes, per Enyang excavations, were smaller for heat retention. These adaptations, per Sleep Research 2021, ensured sleep quality across seasons. Unlike modern static arrangements, the communal nature of ancient sleep fostered psychological benefits. The Gilgamesh epic describes shared rest as a source of comfort, reducing isolation. Egyptian texts link communal sleep to divine protection, with amulets near platforms, as at Deir el Medina, easing fear. Indus Valley seals suggest nighttime storytelling, a calming ritual per Sleep Medicine 2020. Chinese Taoist practices per Zhuangzi valued collective rest as harmony, enhancing sleep depth. These cultural attitudes, unlike modern sleep anxiety, treated rest as a shared, natural act. The shift to private bedrooms, beginning with medieval Europe's compartmentalized homes, eroded these benefits. By the 19th century, industrialization prioritized individual space, increasing vigilance and reducing social comfort. Per Sleep Health 2019, ancient communal sleeping, by contrast, created a sleep ecosystem where safety and connection thrived, offering lessons for modern co-sleeping or communal living experiments to restore restful nights. In the ancient world, where sleep was a cornerstone of daily life, bedding crafted from natural materials provided ergonomic benefits that rival and often surpass the most advanced modern mattresses. Across Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indus Valley, and early China, from 3000 BCE to 500 CE, sleeping surfaces were designed with local resources: reed, wool, papyrus, cotton, hemp, and bamboo offered firm yet responsive support, breathability, and temperature regulation. Archaeological discoveries, from the mud-brick homes of yore to the tomb furnishings of Tutankhamun, reveal a sophisticated understanding of comfort that aligned with human physiology, fostering deep, restorative sleep. Modern science, including studies in Journal of Chiropractic Medicine 2018, confirms that these medium-firm, natural surfaces optimized spinal alignment and minimized sleep disruptions, offering lessons for our modern sleep crisis. In Mesopotamia, sleeping platforms were central to household life. Excavations at Ur and Tel Asma circa 2500 BCE uncover paktuth, or wooden platforms, often raised 20 to 30 centimeters above the floor, layered with woven reed mats and wool blankets. Cuneiform tablets from Nippur describe bedding as woven gifts of the earth with wool sourced from local sheep, providing insulation and softness, as confirmed by textile fragments in domestic refuse. These platforms, found in homes across Uruk, were wide enough for entire families, their firmness supporting spinal health. per modern studies showing medium firm surfaces reduce back pain by 20%. Sleep Medicine Reviews 2020 reed mats, as evidenced by preserved weaves, allowed air circulation, preventing heat buildup in Mesopotamia's hot summers, a critical factor for deep sleep. Per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2021. Seasonal refreshing of reeds, noted in Sumerian household records, ensured hygiene. Unlike modern mattresses that harbor allergens. In Egypt, bedding ranged from simple to luxurious, tailored to status and climate. At Deir el Medina, circa 1300 BCE, workers' homes featured mud brick benches covered with papyrus or linen mats, as textile finds confirm. Elite beds, like those in Tutankhamun's tomb 1323 BCE, were wooden frames with woven papyrus slats, topped with feather or straw cushions, providing responsive support. The Ebers Papyrus 1550 BCE mentions bedding for restful nights, suggesting cultural awareness of comfort's role in sleep. Linen, a staple in Amarna excavations, was breathable and antibacterial, ideal for Egypt's warm nights. Modern research in sleep 2019 shows breathable bedding increases REM sleep by 15% by reducing overheating. Seasonal shifts saw heavier wool in winter, lighter linen in summer, per tomb reliefs ensuring year-round comfort. The Indus Valley's bedding reflected its advanced textile culture. Excavations at Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro circa 2600 BCE reveal cotton and jute mats on baked brick platforms, with cotton fragments indicating early weaving expertise. Seals from Lothal mention resting cloths, likely cotton-stuffed cushions for elites, while commoners used simpler mats. Cotton's breathability, per Journal of Sleep Research 2020, prevented sweat-induced wakefulness, crucial in the Indus Valley's humid climate. Platforms, often in shaded courtyards, as seen in Mohenjo-Daro's urban plans, cooled naturally, aligning with modern recommendations for sleep temperatures of P-20 degrees Celsius. Regular washing of cotton, inferred from water channels near homes, maintained hygiene. Unlike modern synthetic bedding. In ancient China, bedding combined functionality and elegance. Oracle bone inscriptions from Anyang circa 1200 BCE describe bamboo platforms topped with hemp or silk, with wealthier homes using silk-stuffed quilts, as found in Shang dynasty tombs. The Book of Rites 200 BCE notes bedding as a status symbol, with elders on raised platforms for warmth. Bamboo's natural firmness, per Sleep Medicine 2021, supports spinal alignment, while hemp's breathability suited humid summers. Seasonal adjustments, like adding straw in winter, per archaeological finds, ensured comfort across China's varied climate. Consider Ninsen, a Mesopotamian weaver, in her family's platform, layered with reeds she wove and wool she spun, provided firm support as textile tools near platforms suggest. Her sleep, free from discomfort, mirrored modern orthopedic ideals. In Egypt, Amun-Ra, an artisan at Thebes, rested on a papyrus bed, its weave flexing under his weight as tomb models show, reducing pressure points. Ravi, an Indus Valley trader, slept on a cotton mat in Harappa's cool courtyard, its breathability easing humid nights. Weilin, a Chinese farmer, used a hemp-topped bamboo platform, its firmness aiding his labor-weary body. Perennial household artifacts. The cultural significance of bedding enhanced its efficacy. Mesopotamian proverbs liken good bedding to divine favor, reducing sleep anxiety. Sleep Health 2020. Egyptian tomb inscriptions associate comfortable beds with eternal rest, fostering calm. Indus Valley seals depict sleeping figures on mats, suggesting reverence for rest. Chinese Taoist texts, like Zhuangzi 300 BCE, view bedding as part of yin harmony, promoting mental ease. These attitudes, unlike modern sleep perfectionism, treated bedding as a natural ally, not a technological fix. Modern mattresses, often too soft or synthetic, trap heat and allergens, disrupting sleep in 30% of users' sleep medicine reviews 2020. Ancient bedding, by contrast, was a triumph of simplicity, firm, breathable, and renewable. Their designs, grounded in local resources and cultural wisdom, offer a blueprint for modern sleep. Choose natural, medium-firm materials like wool or cotton. Refresh bedding seasonally, and prioritize breathability to enhance rest across ancient civilizations. From the fertile plains of Mesopotamia to the Nile's banks, the Indus Valley's urban centers to China's Yellow River, people harnessed medicinal plants to ease into sleep, a practice now validated by modern pharmacology. From 3000 BCE to 500 CE, these societies used poppy, lotus, henbane, and jujube in teas, tinctures, or aromatic smokes, creating gentle remedies that soothed without the dependency risks of modern pharmaceuticals. Archaeological finds, textual records, and scientific studies reveal how these herbal aids, combined with ritualistic use, fostered restorative sleep, offering a model for addressing our modern reliance on synthetic sleep aids, which affect 10% of Adults' Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2021. In Mesopotamia, poppy seeds, Papaver somniferum, were a staple, found in Sumerian middens at your circa 2500 BC. Cuneiform tablets from Nippur describe sleep seeds brewed into teas or mixed with barley beer, a mild sedative now known to contain alkaloids that reduce sleep latency by 15%. Sleep Research 2020. Incense burners excavated at Tel Asma show traces of poppy resin, suggesting aromatic use during evening rituals. These practices, often tied to offerings for the moon god Nana, enhanced effects via placebo, per Journal of Sleep Medicine 2021. Inannasin, a priestess in Ur, might prepare poppy tea in a terracotta vessel, its calming effects easing her into first sleep, as household pottery suggests. Egyptian papyri, like the Ebers Papyrus 1550 BCE, list blue lotus, nymphea, carulia, and mandrake as sleep aids. Lotus flowers, found in Amarna's botanical remains, were steeped in water or wine, their aporphine alkaloids promoting relaxation. Per Pharmacology, Biochemistry, and Behavior 2019, mandrake, noted in Theban inscriptions, was used in small doses for sedation. Tomb reliefs depict lotus infusions during evening rituals, amplifying effects through spiritual context. Neferit, a Thebes healer, might administer lotus tea to her household, its gentle sedation aligning with sleep medicine 2000. Findings that natural sedatives improve sleep quality without morning grog. NSS. In the Indus Valley, henbane hyacinth Niger was prevalent, with seeds found in Harappa's refuse pits circa 2600 BC. Seals mention night herbs, likely henbane teas, which modern studies show affect GABA receptors, reducing sleep onset time. Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, 2021. Pottery with residue suggests infusion preparation, while hearths indicate nighttime use. Kavi, an artisan in Mohenjo-daro, drank henbane tea from a terracotta cup, its calming ritual soothing her after a day's work. As craft tools near sleeping areas imply. Chinese texts, like the Shenong Benko, Jing circa 100 CE, recommend jujube and valerian. Jujube seeds, found in Enyang tombs, enhance GABA activity per Sleep 2019, while valerian roots, noted in oracle bones, were brewed into teas. The Huangdi Neijing 200 BCE ties herbal use to yin-yang balance, with evening teas calming the mind. Mei-ling, a cook in the Yellow River Valley, prepared jujube tea for her clan, its ritualistic serving fostering calm. As bronze vessels suggest, these remedies were gentler than modern drugs, avoiding dependency, noted in 20% of sedative users. Sleep Medicine, 2021. Rituals like Mesopotamian incense offerings or Egyptian lotus ceremonies boosted efficacy via placebo per Sleep Research, 2020. Seasonal use: poppy in Mesopotamian winters, lotus in Egyptian summers, aligned with environmental needs. Unlike modern one-size-fits-all drugs, ancient diets, timed to support sleep, were rich in nutrients like tryptophan, omega, A3S, and magnesium. Mesopotamians ate barley, fish, and dates, with meals mid-morning and late afternoon per Nippur cuneiform records. Egyptians consumed emmer wheat, fish, and vegetables, finishing by late afternoon, as Deir el-Medina logs show. Indus Valley diets included lentils and rice, while Chinese staples were millet and fish per Enyang oracle bones. These foods, high in tryptophan grains, omega-3 south fish, and magnesium legumes, boost serotonin and melatonin, per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, 2021. Early meal timing, like Mesopotamia's day meal, allowed 3 to 4 hours for digestion, reducing REM disruptions by 25%. Sleep Medicine, 2020. Fermented foods: Egyptian beer, Chinese millet, wine enhanced gut health, supporting the gut-brain axis per Sleep, 2019. Excavations reveal kitchen hearths with fish bones and grain residues, confirming early meals. Seasonal diets adjusted to climate. Mesopotamians ate heavier barley in winter, lighter dates in summer per tablets. Egyptian flood season diets, rich in fish, supported sleep, as Amana finds show. Indus Valley monsoons brought lentils per Harappa's storage jars, while Chinese winter millet per Enyang aided warmth. Enkidu, eating barley bread by 4 p.m., ensured digestion before his 7 p.m. sleep, optimizing melatonin. Kavi's lentil meal, prepared in Mohenjo-daro's communal kitchen, fueled restful nights. Mei-ling's millet porridge, served early, aligned with yin cycles, per Huangdi Neijing. Ancient diets. Unlike modern processed foods that disrupt 30% of sleepers' sleep health, 2020 were a natural sleep aid. Their timing and nutrient density offer lessons. Eat nutrient-rich meals early, incorporate fermented foods, and adjust diets seasonally to enhance rest. In the ancient world, where survival hinged on physical labor, daily life was a crucible for high physical exertion, forging bodies naturally primed for restorative sleep. From the irrigation canals of Mesopotamia to the pyramid quarries of Egypt, the agricultural fields of the Indus Valley to the hunting grounds of early China, ancient peoples engaged in demanding tasks that burned 3,000 to 4,000 calories daily, a level modern science links to enhanced slow-wave sleep, critical for physical and cognitive restoration. Sleep Medicine Reviews 2021. Archaeological evidence, textual records, and modern research reveal how this exertion, combined with outdoor light exposure and tapered evening activities, created an ideal sleep ecosystem, offering lessons for our sedentary, sleep-deprived era. In Mesopotamia, skeletal remains from Ur and Nippur, circa 2500 BCE, show robust muscle attachment sites, indicating intense labor in irrigation, farming, and construction. Cuneiform tablets from Uruk describe workers digging canals or harvesting barley from dawn to mid-afternoon, leaving evenings for rest. This exertion, per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2021, promotes slow-wave sleep by 20%, repairing tissues and consolidating memory. Outdoor work under natural light, as evidenced by open fields in site layouts, regulated circadian rhythms, aligning melatonin onset with Sunset Chronobiology International 2020. Consider Enkidu, a laborer in Ur. After a day hauling mud bricks, his body, fatigued yet not overtaxed, sank into a reed mat bed, his sleep deepened by physical exhaustion. As skeletal stress markers suggest, in Egypt, the Giza pyramid workers' skeletons circa 2600 BCE reveal heavy lifting and stone cutting, with Astraca pottery records noting labor from sunrise to late afternoon. This schedule, leaving evenings free, avoided overstimulation before sleep. Per Sleep Medicine 2020, the flood season, documented in Nile inscriptions, halted heavy work, allowing rest that prevented overtraining, a practice modern athletes emulate. Sports Medicine 2021. Neferit, a quarry worker, might return home to Deir el-Medina, his muscles weary from chiseling limestone, and sleep deeply on a papyrus mat, his circadian rhythm synced by daylight exposure, as tomb reliefs of work cycles suggest. The Indus Valley's agricultural society demanded similar exertion. Skeletal remains from Harappa circa 2600 BCE show signs of ploughing and harvesting, with urban plans indicating fields near homes. Seals mention labor until shade, implying rest after midday heat, a siesta-like practice that reduced sleep pressure. Per Sleep 2019. Ravi, a farmer in Mohenjo-Daro, spent mornings sowing millet, his body naturally fatigued by afternoon, as storage jar finds confirm. His evening storytelling, noted in seal iconography, tapered exertion, aligning with modern advice to avoid intense activity before bed. Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2021. In China, oracle bones from Enyang circa 1200 BCE describe farming and hunting, with skeletal evidence of muscle strain from tilling and archery. The Wangdi Neijing 200 BCE recommends balancing yang heavy work with yin restful evenings, a rhythm seen in village layouts with fields distant from homes. Weilin, a hunter, tracked game by day, his 4,000-calorie expenditure ensuring deep sleep per Sleep Medicine Reviews 2021. Evening music, as bronze inscriptions note, calmed his mind, enhancing sleep quality. Seasonal rhythms shaped exertion. Mesopotamian harvest seasons, per tablets, intensified work, while winter allowed rest, balancing fatigue. Egyptian flood seasons, per Nile records, prioritized lighter tasks, supporting recovery. Indus Valley monsoons, per Harappa's drainage systems, shifted labor indoors, easing physical strain. Chinese winter hunts, per oracle bones, were less intense, preserving sleep quality. These cycles, unlike modern constant schedules, optimized rest, per Sleep Health 2020. Ancient cultures viewed sleep as a natural necessity, not a performance metric, fostering a psychological balance that minimized anxiety and enhanced rest. This mindset, rooted in cultural attitudes and rituals, contrasts sharply with modern sleep stress, where 30% of adults report insomnia due to performance pressure. American Journal of Public Health 2021. Archaeological finds, texts, and modern research reveal how ancient peoples cultivated mental ease through acceptance, rituals, and protective symbols, creating a sleep-friendly psyche. In Mesopotamia, the instructions of Shurapek, circa 250 BCE, advocate moderation in rest, warning against chasing sleep like a thief. This acceptance reduced anxiety, per Sleep Research 2020. Evening rituals, like offerings to Nana, evidenced by temple altars at Ur, calmed the mind. Amulets found near sleeping platforms bore protective symbols, fostering safety and reducing vigilance, per Sleep Medicine 2021. Inannasin, a priestess, might pray by lamplight, her amulet ensuring divine protection, easing her into sleep, as cuneiform prayers suggest. Egyptian texts, like the Book of the Dead, circa 1550 BCE, frame dreams as divine messages, reducing sleep worry. Tomb inscriptions from Thebes describe evening harp music, a decompression ritual that lowered cortisol, per Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine 2020. Amulets of base found in Deir el Medina homes guarded sleepers, enhancing perceived safety. Amun-Ra, a priest, played his harp before bed, his mind unburdened by dream's sacred role, as reliefs depict in the Indus Valley, seals from Harappa show sleeping figures with ritualistic symbols, suggesting storytelling calmed minds. Botanical remains indicate incense use, a soothing practice, per Sleep 2019. Kavi, an artisan, shared stories in Mohenjo-daro's courtyard, her amulet warding off fears, aligning with modern findings that narrative reduces rumination. Sleep Health 2020. Chinese Taoist texts, like Zhuangzi 300 BCE, promote accepting natural cycles, easing worry. Oracle bones note incense rituals, calming clans. Mei-Ling, an elder, meditated on the silk hangings, her acceptance of fate fostering rest. Per Wangdi, Neijing, seasonal rituals reinforced balance. Mesopotamian winter festivals, per tablets, included storytelling, calming communities. Egyptian flood season prayers, per Karnak inscriptions, eased minds. Indus Valley monsoon rituals, per Seals, promoted communal calm. Chinese winter meditations, per Oracle bones, aligned with yin rest. These practices, unlike modern sleep tracking, treated rest as natural, reducing 25% of insomnia risk. Sleep medicine. 2020 Lessons for Modern Sleep. The ancient sleep ecosystem offers actionable insights for our sleep-deprived world, where 30% of adults face sleep disorders. American Journal of Public Health, 2021. Their practices: darkness, flexible sleep, communal arrangements, natural bedding, herbal aids, early meals, physical exertion, and mental ease form a blueprint for restoration. Embrace darkness, use blackout curtains, and avoid screens to mimic ancient melatonin-friendly environments, boosting sleep quality by 30%. Journal of Sleep Research, 2020. Flexible sleep allow biphasic or polyphasic patterns to reduce anxiety, aligning with circadian rhythms. Chronobiology International, 20:1. Closing parenthesis. Communal connection foster social bonds, like co-sleeping or shared evenings, to lower vigilance. Per Sleep Health, 2019. Natural bedding. Choose wool or cotton for breathable, firm support, reducing discomfort by 20%. Journal of Chiropractic Medicine, 2018. Herbal aids. Try valerian or chamomile teas, gentler than pharmaceuticals. Per Sleep Medicine, 2021. Early meals. Eat 3 to 4 hours before bed to aid digestion. Minimizing REM disruptions. Sleep, 2019. Physical activity. Engage in daily outdoor exertion, like ancient labor, to enhance slow-wave sleep by 20%. Sleep Medicine Reviews, 2021. Closing parenthesis. Mental ease. Adopt storytelling, meditation, or rituals to decompress, reducing rumination by 25%. Sleep Health, 2020. The Ancient Sleep Paradox. Achieving optimal rest without deliberate optimization reveals the power of aligning with biology. Enkidu's canal digging, Inanaizin's prayers, Neferet's quarrying, Almonra's music, Ravi's farming, Cavius stories, Walin's hunting, and Mailing's meditations wove physical and mental harmony into their sleep. Their wisdom, embedded in daily life, counters modern light pollution, isolation, and stress, offering a path to reclaim restorative rest in our fragmented world.